I know Crawford in one thing. He's got a lot of pride. And a man with a lot of pride is going to bite more than the bullet. He's going to bite the gun.
Teofimo Lopez got called out by undefeated welterweight king Terence Crawford in response to Lopez's fight offer. Yeah, you heard that right. Lopez isn't mincing his words, folks. He's straight up calling Crawford out, saying, "Step into the ring with me, if you dare." And let me tell you, the boxing community is buzzing louder than a swarm of angry hornets.
Partner in boxing right now.
As a fighter?
Yeah.
Crawford.
All right.
Lopez's challenge to Crawford has sent shockwaves through the boxing world, with fans and pundits alike clamoring for a showdown between these two behemoths. And can you blame him? I mean, just imagine the fireworks if Lopez's lightning-fast footwork were to clash with Crawford's brute strength and technical prowess. It'd be like watching a fireworks display on the 4th of July. Explosive, exhilarating, and impossible to look away from. But here's the kicker. Crawford's keeping his composure about the whole thing. Yeah, you heard me right. The man's playing it cool, keeping his cards close to his chest and leaving us all hanging in suspense. And let me tell you, the tension is so thick, you could cut it with a knife. Will Crawford rise to the challenge and step into the ring with Lopez? Or will he play it safe and stick to his own weight class? Only time will tell, folks, but one thing's for sure, the anticipation is killing us. In the meantime, the rumor mill is working overtime, churning out all sorts of juicy gossip about what could go down if these two warriors were to face off. Some say Crawford's avoiding the fight because he's got his eye on bigger fish. Others reckon he's just waiting for the perfect moment to strike, like a cobra coiled and ready to strike. But hey, let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Crawford's got a few choice words for Lopez, calling him out for being petty and telling him to focus on his own weight class.
You ain't gotta do too much talking.
Oh, bro, focus on your fight before you not make it to your fight.
I know what's gonna happen.
And speaking of tasks at hand, Lopez ain't exactly got it easy either. He's gearing up for a showdown with Jermaine Ortiz, set to go down on February 8th. But instead of keeping his eyes on the prize, Lopez seems to be eyeing Crawford from across the ring, like a hungry wolf sizing up its next meal. But hold on to your hats because the plot thickens. Ortiz ain't taking Lopez's antics lying down. Nah, he's firing shots right back, calling out Lopez for overlooking their upcoming bout and focusing on future challenges instead. It's like a game of verbal ping pong, with shots flying back and forth faster than you can say knockout. But here's the kicker. Ortiz ain't just talking the talk, he's walking the walk. He's vowing to bring the heat to Lopez, to show him what he's made of, and prove that he's no pushover. And let me tell you, that's the kind of fighting spirit that gets the blood pumping, and the crowd cheering. So where does that leave us? Well, it's anyone's guess at this point. With Lopez, Crawford, and Ortiz all jockeying for position, the boxing world is like a powder keg just waiting to explode. And you better believe we'll be front and center when it does, soaking up every electrifying moment like it's our last. But hold on to your hats, because the plot thickens. Ortiz isn't taking Lopez's antics lying down. Nah, he's firing shots right back, calling out Lopez for overlooking their upcoming bout and focusing on future challenges instead. And let's not forget about the juicy tidbits floating around the boxing grapevine. Rumor has it that Crawford's silence might not be so silent after all. There's talk of him strategizing behind the scenes, plotting his next move like a master chess player. Could he be waiting for just the right moment to unleash his fury on Lopez? Or is he simply biding his time, waiting for the perfect opportunity to strike? Whatever the case may be, one thing's for sure. Crawford's got a few tricks up his sleeve, and we'll be the first to see them unfold. But wait, there's more. In recent discussions within the boxing world, there's been significant buzz surrounding the potential matchup between Ryan Garcia and Teofimo Lopez, with top promoters like Bob Arum and Oscar De La Hoya expressing enthusiasm about the idea. Arum, the top-ranked promoter, voiced his support for De La Hoya's proposal to pit Garcia against WBO light welterweight champion Lopez on Super Bowl weekend. He sees it as an intriguing bout that could generate substantial interest and purses for both fighters. Additionally, Arum mentioned that Lopez is keen on the idea, indicating genuine interest from both camps. The proposal suggests staging the fight at the Sphere in Las Vegas, a new venue with a seating capacity of 18,600, which De La Hoya believes would provide a unique and captivating atmosphere for such a significant event. The potential matchup is seen as a high-stakes affair, with the winner likely to elevate their status in the boxing world and potentially face other top contenders like the winner of the Regis Prograis versus Devin Haney contest later in 2024. Garcia's recent change in trainers to Derek James has sparked optimism regarding his chances against Lopez. If Garcia can make significant improvements, particularly in response to his last fight against Gervonta Davis, some believe he stands a real chance of defeating Lopez. Notably, Garcia's willingness to take on tough challenges is commended, positioning him as a fighter willing to push boundaries and pursue greatness. De La Hoya, echoing Aram's sentiments, envisions the Sphere as an ideal setting for the fight, emphasizing its unique ambience and potential to enhance the viewing experience for spectators. Despite the logistical challenges of securing the venue for Super Bowl weekend, both promoters express a willingness to explore alternative options in Las Vegas to make the event a reality. Here's what Bob Arum had to say about the matter.
Again, I promote Teofimo. Teofimo says he wants that fight, so at least half of that fight, I can say, is going to...
The enthusiasm for this potential matchup extends beyond mere financial considerations. De La Hoya emphasizes the cultural significance of boxing, particularly among Mexican fans, highlighting the sport's ability to captivate audiences and generate excitement when top-tier fighters square off against each other. He also issues a challenge to fellow promoters, urging them to prioritize making significant fights happen to keep the sport thriving. Teofimo Lopez, the reigning WBO and the ring light welterweight champion, is set to defend his titles against Jermaine Ortiz on February 8th. However, amidst his preparations for this upcoming bout, Lopez has taken aim at fellow boxer Terence Crawford, criticizing him for allegedly choosing soft opponents and questioning the allure of a potential matchup between Crawford and Saul Canelo Alvarez. Lopez's criticisms of Crawford stem from what he perceives as Crawford's tendency to target fighters who may not be at their best or who are injured. In an interview with Ariel Helwani on the MMA Hour, Lopez expressed his frustrations, stating that Crawford tends to face opponents who are not at the peak of their abilities. Lopez's comments suggest a belief that Crawford's victories may be less impressive due to the quality of his competition. Crawford and Lopez went back and forth with this on X, and boy did it get heated. Moreover, Lopez cast doubt on the potential matchup between Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, one of the most dominant figures in boxing today. Despite acknowledging Canelo's status as a top-tier fighter, Lopez suggested that Canelo is on the decline, citing perceived physical changes such as weight gain and decreased agility. Lopez's remarks imply skepticism about the significance of defeating Canelo at this stage in his career, particularly if Canelo is indeed past his prime. However, Lopez's assertions about Canelo's decline are met with skepticism, especially considering Canelo's recent performances. Canelo has looked formidable in his last 3 fights, showcasing his skills and dominance across multiple weight classes. Additionally, Lopez's comments overlook the challenges and accomplishments associated with moving up weight classes, as Crawford would need to do to face Canelo. Despite being younger than Canelo, Crawford has yet to compete at the weight class where Canelo currently dominates.
Yo, Crawford, what do you tell Crawford if he's watching?
We're talking about being great. How does he do with Canelo?
Moreover, Lopez's belief that defeating Canelo would not significantly enhance Crawford's legacy is questionable. Given Canelo's status as one of the most respected and accomplished fighters in the sport, defeating him would undoubtedly solidify Crawford's reputation as one of the best pound-for-pound fighters of his era. The potential matchup between Crawford and Canelo has generated significant interest among boxing fans, who view it as a clash between 2 elite talents from different weight classes. Despite Lopez's criticisms of Crawford, he also expressed confidence in his own abilities and readiness to face Crawford in the ring. Lopez characterized himself as a fresh and new contender, seemingly eager to challenge Crawford and prove himself against a seasoned champion. Lopez's remarks suggest a desire to test himself against the best in the sport, highlighting his ambition and hunger for success. In response to Lopez's comments, Crawford has yet to publicly address the criticisms directly. However, Crawford has previously expressed a willingness to challenge himself by facing top-tier opponents, including those from higher weight classes. Crawford's track record as a multi-division champion speaks to his ability and willingness to take on formidable opponents, regardless of their size or reputation. Looking ahead, the potential matchup between Crawford and Canelo remains speculative but tantalizing for boxing fans. Both fighters boast impressive resumes and skill sets, making a clash between them a highly anticipated event. Whether or not the fight comes to fruition, the discourse surrounding it underscores the ongoing debate about legacy, competition, and the pursuit of greatness in the world of boxing. And there you have it, folks. The latest and greatest in the world of boxing. From Lopez's bold challenge to Crawford's stoic silence to the potential matchup between Crawford and Canelo, there's no shortage of drama to keep us on the edge of our seats. So, grab your popcorn, settle in, and get ready for the ride of a lifetime, because when it comes to boxing, you never know what's going to happen next.